We are live. Yay, here we go. Hey guys, welcome to another fun Wednesday night wellness call. Love these Wellness Wednesdays because what are we all doing here? Even if you don't want to do the business, this would be nothing without fantastic products and fantastic people sharing their story with you. So tonight we have two super sweet, super fun girls. I'm so excited to be able to let y'all hear their story. And by the way, I'm Lisa. And so I am going to go ahead and we're going to start off with my sweet friend Erica. And she is a sweet mama of four, not two or three, but four. I got my hands busy with two. I don't know how she does it with four. So she is a sweet mama of four and just a very recent mama to number four. Maybe she'll tell you more about that. Just had another sweet little baby not too long ago. So she is, she struggled with some miscarriages and I have too. So we can definitely relate there. I'm sure a lot of y'all have as well. So listen up to her story. She also had some autoimmune issues, which so many of us struggle with. So I'm going to turn over to sweet Erica, and she's going to tell you more about her.
I'm so excited to be here and to answer Lisa. I don't do it. That's how I do it with four. I don't. It's chaos. Beautiful, beautiful chaos. But so to give you a little bit of a background, I had my first two kids back to back. They're a year apart. And after that, my health just slowly went on this steady decline, but I all dismissed it as normal because, you know, mom life, you just think you expect to be tired. And when I struggled to build muscle despite working out all the time, I just thought my body's getting older and just kind of kept dismissing all these things as normal. It wasn't until we started having miscarriages like back to back to back to back that we started to dig in to try and figure out, okay, why is this happening? We had two healthy kids back to back. This shouldn't be happening. And no doctor could give me an answer. I don't know if anybody has been there before, but it is not a fun road to go down when everybody's like, you're totally healthy. And you're like, no, I'm not. Something is definitely wrong. And I finally, after kind of digging through multiple doctors, got an autoimmune diagnosis of Hashimoto's. So a thyroid autoimmune diagnosis, and I knew a lot about health and wellness, so I was like on the side of great, I'll fix myself. I changed my diet, I got on all these prescription supplements, I did all these things, everything by the book that like natural medicine says you're supposed to do, and all my blood work got worse. Like I actually got worse. And so that was kind of my rock bottom, and I was like, okay, I've got nothing to lose. I'll give this Plexus stuff a try. And so I decided to try Plexus, and a few weeks in, decided to stop Plexus because I was like, this isn't doing anything. But my husband lovingly was like, do not stop taking that pink drink, because he noticed my sex drive increasing. He was very motivated to keep me on it. He noticed I was like a little less crazy. And then sure enough, slowly, like 2-3 months in, I started to notice I'm not as tired, all these wonderful things. And then a few months into Plexus, we got pregnant. And I sadly kind of waited around to lose the baby, as awful as that sounds. We had 5 miscarriages at that point in a row. And so when we didn't, it was just this like huge miracle. And we were just over the moon, excited to have this like miracle baby. And then we had another one back to back. We are so, so grateful for what Plexus has done in our life. It's been nothing short of life changing, and God has used it in crazy, crazy ways to bless our family. And so as somebody who's been on prescription supplements, I want to highlight our probiotic Probio 5, because I have been on prescription probiotics. I have looked at probiotic after probiotic after probiotic, and I can truly tell you there's nothing like Probio 5. And the main thing that is different is chitosanase. Not 100% sure if I'm saying that right, but it is an enzyme that eats away at candida, which is a fungal overgrowth. And when it starts to overgrow in your intestines, it's a good thing. You need some of it, but it's actually there to help your body decompose after you die. And so you can only imagine when it's overgrown, the kind of havoc it starts to wreck, because it's meant to decompose things. And so it starts to overgrow in your intestines, and it links together and weaves together like this. And so if that's overgrown in your intestines and you're taking a ton of probiotics, it's actually not able to take root in your intestines because it's being blocked by all this candida overgrowth. And so this chitosanase that's in Probio 5 actually comes and eats away at the outer shell of candida, which is the same stuff that cockroaches have in their shells, which is so gross. But it eats away at that and it clears it out, it kills it so that our probiotic can actually take root and do its job. And it is life-changing to have a probiotic actually be able to do its job. And so I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you're taking a probiotic and you don't feel any different, you need to try my probiotic because you should feel different if it's doing its job. And so then partnering along with ProBio, I feel like you cannot take ProBio 5 without taking BioCleanse, which is probably the most underrated supplement in the world. It is amazing. Magnesium is used for over like 300 functions in our body, and stress depletes magnesium, sugar depletes magnesium. So if you are an American, you are likely depleted in magnesium. And I like to use the analogy that ProBio 5 is kind of like scrubbing the toilet and BioCleanse is like flushing all the yuck out. And so not only does it help remove all those toxins, ProBio 5 is killing it. You know, I've seen it work wonders for people with migraines and all sorts of crazy things. So yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on my 2 favorite products. Slim was also life-changing for me because when you have a hormonal disorder, the number one thing people will tell you to do is balance your blood sugar. And my friend Kara is going to tell you guys a little bit more about Slim. And so I want to introduce her real quick. She is a mama to 2 and a middle school teacher, which I think is harder than manning the 4 kids I have at home and takes a special angel to do. So she's going to tell you guys a little bit about what Plexus has done for her.
Me an angel, but that's okay. Okay, so listen, I want to pick a little bit on what Erica said. If you are a female, females are highly depleted in magnesium. So BioCleanse, I cannot like scream its praises enough because it is really a powerhouse as well, because our bodies can't function properly if it's depleted of its basic minerals. So we're a little one, come, hey, go see daddy. Okay, go talk to daddy in the den, please. Yeah. Okay. All right. So no. Go talk to daddy now. And thank you. My story actually starts with her. I 5 years ago, and after I had her, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so short fused. My anxiety, yeah, real life, this is true. I'm so short fused. I'm so anxious. I'm so exhausted. If this is what being a mom is, like, why does anyone sign up to do this repeatedly? This seems terrible. I don't know who I am anymore. And I was like, and I've gained weight. And this is a little bit of my like, let's fight down this whole weight situation for women. But I've learned now that our bodies are communicating with us. So whether it's weight gain or mood swings or anxiety or eczema or all types of things, like if our body is screaming out certain ways, it's kind of like the Holy Spirit. He doesn't usually speak words to us, but sometimes he uses things to show us what's going on. And the same is true for our bodies. Like our bodies are showing us something isn't balanced. So at postpartum, women have all types of things going on. So I did. But my motivator was I needed to lose weight. Cyplex. Took it for a month. I thought, this isn't working. And I took it religiously. And I was like, this isn't working. I'm going to stop taking it. I stopped taking it. I had always suffered from chronic urinary tract infections and chronic sinus infections. I had been on Preventix for years. And so I thought, whatever. I had just have another sinus infection when I stopped taking the triplex. And I went to the doctor and he was like, well, your labs and everything, they seem fine. But because you've had these chronic sinus infections, we're just going to put you on an antibiotic. So I took an antibiotic, didn't feel any better. And I was like, maybe it was that plexus that was making me feel better. So I went back, started taking the triplex again, took it for another month. And I was like, I don't think this is working. Some of us have to really be hit over the head with critical information. So I stopped taking it again. Within 4 or 5 days, I started feeling really terrible again. Went to the doctor, same situation. He was like, nothing's showing any type of infection. But because you've had all of these things, we'll give you another antibiotic. And this time I was like, okay, this seems to just be like a Band-Aid, something that wasn't actually making me any better. So I called my parents and I was like, I think this plexus stuff is actually making me feel better and maybe I should keep taking it. They were like, yes, keep taking it. So I started taking it like again consistently. I never looked back. I started saying that my potholes started turning into bumps in the road. My short fuse turned into, a mile, not 5 miles, but a mile of a fuse. Everything just seemed to really be balanced again, and I felt so much like myself. One of the things that the triplex has is our Slim, which is our prebiotic drink. It has a prebiotic that we call XOS because there's a very long scientific name that is very difficult for most anyone who isn't a full-blown scientist to say. The most incredible thing about this brand is it is an intelligent prebiotic. So what that means is it goes into our gut. And we talk often about weed seed feed. And we want to obviously feed the good bacteria in our gut, and we want to kill the bad bacteria, right? Erica kind of talked about the candida and the yeast overgrowth and all of those things. So, which our ProBio 5 has in its antifungal. What that XOS does is it is an intelligent prebiotic. And so it literally only feeds the good bacteria and doesn't feed the bad bacteria. I talk often about it's like a garden and you have flowers in that garden. If you put fertilizer over all of it, then the weeds are going to grow just as much as, and maybe more so, right, than the flowers. But what our prebiotic does in Slim Microbiome Activating, XOS, is it only allows that good bacteria to grow. And if I understood then what I understood now, I would have never stopped taking the triplex because 90% of our mood stabilizers are created in the gut. Over 70% of our immune boosting chemicals are made in the gut. Insane. So when the gut's not balanced, our entire body isn't balanced. So flash forward, after I started with triplex, probably about 4 months in, Plexus launched Vital Biome. Vital Biome is a high ICU colony forming units probiotic. Very, very, very high. again, when I say that over 90% of our mood stabilizers are produced in the gut, that is what Vital Biome does. So I started taking that after I had done all of the work of healing, remedying a lot of my gut after years and years and years of antibiotic use, poor eating, all of that. I started taking Vital Biome, and within 3 to 4 days, I noticed that my anxiety went from a 10 to a 2. And if you have ever suffered from anxiety, you know what a paralyzing place that is. And our bodies, it's magnificent how our bodies were created. Our bodies were created to communicate with us and to live in balance and not to live in complete pandemonium and high intensity. So, again, when the gut is healed, it balances the entire body. And that's really what I want you to take away. You know, when I had my daughter, I realized how critical everything was that we put in and on our bodies. Um, I switched tons of stuff when I had her because all of a sudden it was like life shifted and changed. And so I am and have been for a very long time now kind of a health and wellness hippie. I love feeling my best. I love operating in a really good space. And I love being a good steward of my body. So from clean beauty products to oils to supplements, I am passionate about all health and wellness. And so I say that to tell you at the end of the day, I still and will continue to choose Plexus because they stand behind their products. They are full of integrity. It is backed by incredible research and development. They are clean products because if you're putting something into your body, the body has to recognize it as something that's already present in there so that it can continue to receive it and create the balanced things to keep our body well. So I say that to tell you there are other products out there, but from someone who is really passionate about a clean product, a product that works, Enneagram 6 here, a product that is backed by science and that is able to be received by my body. Plexus, hands down, has the most superior product. And like Erica said, products that are life changing and they say that for a reason, right? Like life changing. You should notice a difference. If you stop taking it for a month, you should notice a difference. And if you're not noticing a difference, just reevaluate, right? Okay, so one thing I am going to say is if you have any questions about anything we have talked about tonight, anything that Erica has said, anything that I have said, anything that whoever invited you has said about, put it in the comments and where we're going to post this video or where this video is live. And we will go back when it was posted and we will do our best to answer any questions that you have. I am so thankful that you have given your time tonight to come learn a little bit, invest in yourself. I say to everyone I talk to, there is no greater gift than the gift of health. Because you're allowed to be present, you're allowed to be your full God created self when you aren't having to suffer through sickness and illness. And even still, you obviously can, but but to be well and balanced and not have to struggle in that, because there's so many struggles in our life anyway. To not be able to struggle there is just such a blessing and a gift, and it is possible. I think so many times in our world we are kind of told that complete health and wellness is impossible, but it is, and the body was created to be well. So that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we will see ya in the comments.